Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Easy Way to Learn English. Today we will study Unit 5 of Class 7 Quality. It is the second part of the chapter. But before this, subscribe my channel and like and share the videos, and don't forget to press the bell button. It is page 74. I cannot forget that day on which I had occasion to say to him, Mr. Gessler, that last pair of boots creaked, you know. Now the narrator is describing one incident that one day when he went to get new boots, he complained to Mr. Gessler that last pair of boots that he had made, one of the pair is creaked. He looked at me for a time without replying, as if expecting me to withdraw or qualify the statement. Then said, "It shouldn't have creaked." Mr. Gessler was so surprised, the shoemaker was so surprised after hearing the complaint about his shoe, that it seemed that he was expecting that the narrator will take back his words. He will say that I am joking, or the shoes didn't belong to you. But when the narrator didn't said any word like this, he said, it is not possible. It shouldn't have creaked means it is not possible that the shoe made by me could be creaked. It did, I am afraid. But the narrator confirmed, although he was having hesitation, he was having fear, but he said, yes, the shoe that you made creaked. You got them wet before they found themselves. Then Mr. Gessler said that it is possible that you wet them. He said कि हो सकता है कि आपने उन्हें गीला कर दिया. Wet means wet. You got them wet. Means you got them wet. I don't think so. Mr. Gessler said that I don't think that I wet my shoe. At that he lowered his eyes as if hunting for memory of those boots, and I felt sorry I had mentioned this grave thing. Now Mr. Gessler started to memorize, to think about those boots. He was thinking that when he made, which material he had used in those shoes. Then after thinking for a while, what he said, send them back. He said, return them back, I will look at them. Some boots. Some boot means some boots. The pronunciation is also given here at your left side. Some boots are bad from birth. If I can do nothing with them, I take them off your bill. Then he said that if I will not be able to repair them, then I will return your money. I will refund you. Once only I went absent-mindedly into his shop in a pair of boots bought in an emergency at some large firm. Then the narrator told us about one more incident. He said that once he went to his shop and he was wearing a different pair of shoes that he had purchased when he had some emergency. He was not able to come to Mr. Gessler's shop, so he had purchased the shoes from other firm. He took my order without showing me any leather, and I could feel his eyes penetrating the inferior covering of my foot. Mr. Gessler took the order, he didn't show the leather, and he took the order, and he was continuously observing the inferior, the lower quality of his shoes. At last he said, these are not my boots. After observing the boots for a while, what he said, these are not my boots. I haven't made these boots. ये मैंने नहीं बनाए हैं. You have purchased these boots from somewhere else. ये तो तुमने कहीं और से लिए हैं. The tone was not one of anger, nor of sorrow, not even of contempt, but there was in it something quiet and froze the blood. Although the tone was not full of anger, tone means लहजा, जो उनका बात करने का लहजा था उसमें गुस्सा नहीं था, and not there was not a sign of sadness, but the tone was the words were said in such a way that they were enough to freeze the blood, कि वो काफ़ी थे कि किसी के खून को जमा दें. इट मीन्स नरेटर फेल्ट अशेम्ड, नरेटर को शर्म आई कि उन्होंने कहीं और से शूज़ लिए. He put his hand down and pressed a finger on the place where the left boot was not quite comfortable. Then Mr. Gessler pressed his finger on the place of at one place of the boot where it was giving trouble to the narrator. शू जो था ऑलरेडी नरेटर को प्रॉब्लम कर रहा था, बट विदाउट टेलिंग टू मिस्टर गैसलर को नरेटर ने बताया नहीं था दैट द शू इज़ गिविंग ट्रबल टू मी. स्टिल मिस्टर गैसलर वॉज एबल टू से दैट दिस शू इज़ गिविंग यू ट्रबल एट दिस प्लेस. ये जूता, ये जो शू है, ये तुम्हें यहाँ पे परेशान कर रहा है. इट हर्ट्स यू देयर, ही सेड. These big firms have no self-respect. And then, as if something had given way within him, he spoke long and bitterly. It was the only time I ever heard him discuss the conditions and hardships of his trade. Then he said that these big firms, the famous firms of London, he was talking about the big and famous firm of London. He said that these big companies have no self-respect. They work only to earn money. And first time he was talking with the narrator about his profession, about the hardships and condition of his trade. They get it all. He said they get it by advertisement, not by work. Here they means big firms, big companies. He said that big companies get all their work by their advertisement. They don't get their orders, they don't get their work by their hard work, by their good work, but they get their work, their money from the advertisement. They take it away from us. The Mr. Gessler had used us for the shoemakers like him. Mr. Gessler ने us किसके लिए यूज़ किया है? अपने जैसे ही shoemakers के लिए, who are dedicated for their work, who love our boots. It comes to this presently I have no work. And he said that the present condition of this work is this, that I am workless. I don't have work. मेरे पास ज़्यादा काम नहीं है. Every year it get less. और हर साल ये काम जो है कम हो रहा है. Every year the work is getting less and less. You will see. And looking at his lined face, I saw things I had never noticed before. When Mr. Gessler was talking, the narrator looked at his face, at his lined face. Lined face means the face full of wrinkles. And the narrator had noticed something new that he had never noticed. What was that? Bitter things and bitter struggle, and what a lot of grey hair there seemed suddenly in his red beard. There were many signs of his struggle and hard work on his face, and his hair are also getting grey, and they were visible from his red beard. Beard means दाढ़ी, जो उसकी दाढ़ी के बाल थे, they are getting grey. As best as I could, I explained the circumstances of those ill-omened boots. Ill-omened means unlucky. and you can underline the words which I am telling you. I am side by side, I am telling you the meaning of the words or the double meaning of the words, as I have told you that what is the meaning of they here, what is the meaning of us here. So the same you can do. You can use pencil and you can write the meaning of these words. He said that I have explained to Mr. Gessler how he had purchased, what were the circumstances when he was purchasing those unlucky boots, but his face and voice made so deep an impression that during the next few minutes I ordered many pairs. And Mr. Gessler was giving such type of expression. There was such type of impression and expression on his face that the narrator ordered many pairs of boots because he did not want to hurt Mr. Gessler. They lasted longer than ever, and I was not able to go to him for nearly 2 years. The narrator said that those shoes, because he had ordered many pairs of boots, so they lasted longer than ever. वो ज़्यादा time तक चले. And the narrator was not able to meet Mr. Gessler nearly for 2 years. I hope you all are understanding. It was many months before my next visit to his shop. This time it appeared to be his elder brother handling a piece of leather. Next time, after 2 years, when the narrator reached there, it was many months before my next visit. It is the discussion of the next visit of the narrator to the shop of Mr. Gessler. This time he met his elder brother and he was handling a piece of leather. Well, Mr. Gessler, I said, how are you? He came closer and peered at me. I am pretty well, he said slowly, but my elder brother is dead. The narrator was surprised to hear this because he was thinking that he is the elder brother. उसे लगा कि यही elder brother है. But what was the reality? The reality was that his elder brother had died. वो मर चुके थे and he was resembling his एल्डर ब्रदर. अब वो इतने ओल्ड लगने लगे थे मिस्टर गैसलर कि वो रिजेंबल कर रहे थे अपने बड़े भाई को. एंड आई सॉ दैट इट वॉज इंडीड हिमसेल्फ, बट हाउ एजेड एंड when, and never before had I heard him mention his brother. Now the narrator said that now I have observed deeply and I saw that it is Mr. Gessler, and he was looking very old. And aged and when means very old. He was looking very old. Much shocked, I murmured, oh, I am sorry. Now the narrator was shocked and he murmured. Murmured means he spoke slowly. He said, oh, I am sorry. Yes, he answered. He was a good man. Now he was talking about his elder brother, that my elder brother was a good man. He made a good boot. Then he was talking about his work, that what type of boots he made. But he is dead now, and he touched the top of his head where the hair had suddenly gone as thin as it had been on that of his poor brother to indicate. And while talking, he was touching the top of his head. And the narrator felt that it seemed that he was indicating towards his poor brother. I suppose the cause of his death. Do you want any boot? And he held up the leather in his hand. It's a beautiful piece. Now the narrator, I suppose the narrator was thinking about the reason of the death of his brother, that what will be the reason of his death. But suddenly Mr. Gessler said that, do you want any boot? Do you want to purchase boots? Then he showed him a piece of leather and he said that this piece of leather is very beautiful. I ordered several pairs. It was very long before they came. The narrator had ordered many pairs of shoes. It was very long before they came, but they were better than ever. The narrator received his order after a long period of time. He was receiving his order on time because before this time they were two. They both were making shoes, both the elder and younger brother, but now his elder brother had died. He was not there with him, so he took time. That's why the narrator received his order after a long period of time. But they were better than ever. But they were the best. One simply could not wear them out, and soon after that I went abroad. After receiving his order, what narrator did? He went to abroad. Abroad means foreign country. वो विदेश चले गए. It was over a year before I was again in London. After 1 year, the narrator returned back to London, and the first shop I went to was my old friend's. I had left a man of 60. I came back to one of 75, pinched and worn, who genuinely this time did not at first know me. The narrator, when the narrator left to London, when the narrator left to abroad, he left a man of 60 years old, but now Mr. Gessler was looking as if he was of 75. Pinched and worn face he had. This time he did not recognize the narrator at first sight. Do you want any boots? He said. I can make them quickly in a slack time. It's a slack time. It's a easy time. I have free time, so I can make your shoes quickly. I answered, please, please. I want boots all around, every kind. Then narrator said that I want shoes and all kind of shoes I want. I had given those boots up when one evening they came. One by one I tried them on. In shape and fit, in finish and quality of leather, they were the best he had ever made. I flew downstairs, wrote a check, and posted it at once with my own hand. After receiving his order of shoes, the narrator had posted a check to Mr. Gessler. A week later, passing the little street, I thought I would go in and tell him how splendidly the new boots fitted. Now the narrator wanted to give his feedback about his shoes. He wanted to inform to Mr. Gessler that the shoe are fit in size and are good in quality. And when I came to where his shop had been, his name was gone. What was the name of the shop? We have discussed this in the starting. Gessler Brothers. But now the name had gone. I went in very much disturbed in the shop. There was a young man with an English face. And when the narrator entered the shop, there was a young man with an English face. Mr. Gessler in? I said. The narrator asked that Mr. Gessler is inside or not. No, sir, he said. No, but we can attend anything with pleasure. We have taken the shop over. What that Englishman said, that we have purchased this shop, now we can help you, we can serve you what you want. Yes, yes, I said, but Mr. Gessler, oh, he answered that. But the narrator was in a hurry and he again asked about Mr. Gessler. And the Englishman gave him the bad news that Mr. Gessler had died. Dead? But I only received these boots from him last Wednesday week. He said that last Wednesday week I received these boots. How can he die? He said poor old man starved himself, slow starvation. The doctor called it. You see, he went to work in such a way, would keep the shop on, would have a soul touch his boots except himself. When he got an order, it took him such a time. What the Englishman said? He said that the poor man had starved himself. Starve means died because of hunger. उसने पुअर मैन ने अपने आप को भूख से मार लिया. And it is called slow starvation. It means he was having food but not properly. The doctor called it slow starvation. And it is because he worked so hard, he never allowed to anyone to touch his shoe, and he always complete his order himself, and people don't want to wait. He lost everybody, and there he would sit going on and on. I will say that for him not a man in London made a better boot. And the Englishman also appreciated the boots of Mr. Gessler. He said that no one can make boots like Mr. Gessler. But look at the competition. He never advertised. Would he the best leather too and do it all himself? Would have the best leather too and do it all himself. Then he said that he always used the best quality of leather and he always did the work himself. Well, there it is. What could you expect with his ideas? He said that the death is the reason of his ideas, and what could you expect? But starvation, that may be a bit flowery as the saying is, but I know myself he was sitting over his boots day and night to the very last. You see, I used to watch him, never gave himself time to eat, never had a penny in the house, all went in rent and leather. The man continued that it seemed to you that I am not speaking truth. This discussion is looking like I am only using words. I am only decorating my conversation. It is only my imagination, but it is true. He said that I had watched Mr. Gessler. He never gave time to himself. He never eat on time. He never ate on time. And he never had a penny in the house. And whatever he earn, वो जो भी कमाता था, he wasted that in rent. या तो वो उससे क्या करता था, रेंट पे करता था, रेंट ऑफ द शॉप एंड रेंट ऑफ, एंड ही परचेज्ड लेदर. या तो वो रेंट पे करता था शॉप का या फिर लेदर परचेज करता था. How he lived so long. Then the man continued, Englishman continued, that how he can live so long. I don't know. He regularly let his fire go out. He was a character, but he made good boots. He said that he continued his work. He was a man of character. It means he was a man of good qualities, and he also made good boots. Yes, I said he made good boots. And the narrator also agreed that yes, he made good boots. John Galsworthy is the author of this chapter. I hope you have enjoyed the story. The story is quite interesting and also showing us some aspects of the people who are involved in little business, in small trades, and they face lots of hardships in their business. Now I am ending this story. Goodbye, and don't forget to subscribe my channel and like the video and share the video too.